So if you concentrate and you focus on levitating the ball, you will make it happen. All right? Let's give it a shot. So relaxed. There you go. Look at the ball. Yeah.
Look, Ira, run through.
So we got that 60 seconds.
Yeah. And it even has a mirror there if you want to put your earrings or your rings on or something. That's so unique. Beautiful.
The Plymouth Show. Featuring the Lennon sisters, Alice Vaughn, the Little Band, and all the Champagne music makers. And now, here is your host for Plymouth, Lauren.
It was suddenly, it's 1960. 1960 on wheels. When you see it drive a Plymouth, you know how 1960 feels. I mean, I remember that. That was done at the Beverly Hilton Hotel.
We're glad you found time to be with us for our Plymouth show. We're happy to report to you that the measles and the flu are out of the way, and we have our whole musical family together once again. Here they are in good musical spirits and opening with Nola. 1, 2.
How many cameras were shooting?
3. Always a 3 camera. Oh my gosh. Darling Dee. She's beautiful. Oh, this was the Cubby O'Brien. And that's Brian. And this is Cubby O'Brien from the Mickey Mouse Club.
Oh, is that who he is?
That's who she's dancing with. That's Cubby O'Brien from the Mickey Mouse Club. And his name is Brian Seaman.
That's what I was wondering.
Bo Wagner with Dee Dee, and I'm with Phil. Phil, trumpet player. No, Phil. Phil, that was it. Yeah. Look at Jen, look at your dress. I almost said chubby.
Oh, my early fantasies.
And this is... Well, I'll tell you a funny story. See this musician right here?
Yeah.
Okay, see the bandstand?
Yeah.
Okay. We went to another studio, and they couldn't make the bandstand longer, so he fired him. Is that a good story?
Yes.
And rather than pushing them all together, I bet Jake. Oh, it's not. So this was called Top Tunes and New Talent also.
Right.
And they had 2 shows, and Mr. Welk would bring young performers on. This was for the young children. And it was a younger.
On a Tuesday night. We had the regular show on Saturday night,
and then we had a second show on
called
Tuesday.
Top Tunes and New Talent.
Wonderful. Well, we'll sign this. We'll also sign it for Diane and Peg. Oh, great.
You get in the middle here.
There you go. Oh, you're so happy. Right.
And we thought we were little.
Right. Yes.
Well, I'll tell you a
somebody
story.
else my own size.
We are. If we took our heels off, let's see, then we would be your size. But one of the things to tell you about is...
Turn around because I like the lighting hitting you on here.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. That I was going to tell you that how we
got
started
discovered.
on the Lawrence Welk Show is Larry Welk Jr. was 15 years old and went to school with our sister Diane. And he asked her out for a date. She says, well, I have to go sing first with my sisters. We were just kind of singing in the local community to help raise money for our family. We, at the time, the family were 8 children. We now have 11 children in our family.
Oh, boy.
But there was 8 children. And we would do this for like $10, and we were hoping to get like a dormitory so we could have a room for all our bedrooms, for all of our beds and all the children. So Dee Dee said, no, I have to sing. And he said, well, why don't I come and pick you up where you're singing? So Larry at 15 came to see Dee Dee singing at 15 and said, oh, you sing with your sisters. I didn't know that. I thought you were with a church group or something. I'm going to tell my dad about you. And at the time, Lawrence Welk had a national television show for ABC going on. And then we went over to, he called us one day about a month later, wasn't it, Janet?
Yeah.
About a month later he called and he said, my dad's homesick with the cold, can't get out of the house. I've bugged him so much about you. Bring your sisters over and sing. So we went over to Mr. Welk's house, and he walked out like, you know,
like anybody's
He had on
grandmother.
a satin jacket and velvet slippers and
Like Hugh Hefner.
Exactly.
not quite Lawrence Welk.
Anyway, he said, my son said, you girls sing, so sing.
Sing.
So we were like standing by the piano like this, and we hit the note, and we sang a song that the McGuire sisters had made popular called He Can Turn the Tide and Calm the Angry Sea.
And we sang that for him. Janet was 9 years old. I was 12. We had a sister, Peggy, who's 14, and Dee Dee was 15. And Mr. Welk said, well, my son was right. Would you girls be interested in doing my Christmas show this year? And we just started,
why
couldn't
not,
believe it.
right?
And that was
Christmas.
it. One audition or one just coming over to sing for Mr. Welk.
Christmas Eve, 1955, we were on his show, and we were on every Saturday after that for
13 years. Let me ask you one question. Whatever happened with all the costumes that there were always so many alike? What did they do with them?
I don't really
ABC
know.
has them in their wardrobe department. We ended up getting quite a few of ours, bringing them home, and we have them, you know, just kind of like for a museum one day, maybe. But ABC owns them, and so ABC has them in their wardrobe department.
Because I think her name was Rose.
Rose Weiss.
Right.
You'd love Rose.
Yes.
You'd love Rose.
Rose Weiss was like you. Classy, beautiful woman. She's 82. Gorgeous skin, great hair, dresses like you. Class.
Maybe
Total
one day I'll
class.
get to meet her.
Oh, you guys
my
would
gosh,
get along
you
like
would love
this.
Rosie.
But she would go out and buy all those dresses for all the girls with all the different sizes.
Right, yeah.
But
And the
ABC owns
dances.
them.
It was just a great show.
It was a very great musical show, and we find that now that Janet and I started our doll company also, we've always called each other best pals. When we were little, even though we're 2 of 11 children, we were like very, very the closest when it came to ages and best pals. So Janet and I, we have found that with opening our company and reproducing the rag dolls that were made for us by our grandmother and our mom, that people come to and see us, and first they love the dolls, and then they find out who we are, and they go, oh my gosh, and they get all teary-eyed.
They start to cry.
It's very emotional for them. And they'll
Because
come
it
up-
reminds them of sitting with their grandparents or their parents
you-
on a
memory
simple
flashes
Saturday
back to
night.
Right. Well, we'll
Yeah.
start with,
see
go
over
ahead.
here.
What
Well,
we
these
did.
are reproductions of the little blonde and the brunette are reproductions of the original dolls, which we'll show you over here that Mom and Grandma made for us when we were little.
Janet was 3 years old, and
I was 3 and
6 years
Kathy was
old.
6. And because we're singers, we made a CD of our favorite childhood songs that were sung to us by our mom and our dad when we were little. And we've expanded our line from there. We've got our multicultural dolls. Our first little boy doll
Is named after our brother Dan. You know, he was our first brother, and that's our little boy doll. And then because our mother and our grandmother were Mexican, our family name is Alvarez, one of the family names, and this is Isabel, named after our mom and our grandmother, and then we have Sophia, and we have Lily. These little guys, which you love, Sylvia, they were made as little dollies for our big dolls. They even have the retro material on them, and then you close them up, and you know, you can just take your little dollies away. They had to have little pets, so we ended up making a little puppy and a little kitty for our dolls.
When Kathy and I were little, we always played tea set, but ours were tin. And then lately, we didn't
That's
see
right.
any tin tea sets, so we've gone again retro and had a little Best Pals tea set made. Schilling made it for us, and comes in this darling little suitcase.
Yeah, so they can carry that around.
So many people, when they meet us, they go, oh, I had your paper dolls when I was little. So many people say it that we decided to reproduce several of our paper dolls. Christmas dolls that they come in the little velvet dresses, and then on their arm, they're in a little bag, is a darling little flannel nightie. So,
Precious.
come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. What we'll see will defy explanation.
Alice in Wonderland.
If you want
The Mad Hatter. This is good for my red hat.
simply look around.
There we go. Flower child.
Anything you want.
This is for Hanukkah. Oh, this would have been good for Valentine's
Want
Day.
to change the world.
Kiss me, Kate.
There's nothing to it. So now you're our best friend.
Oh, thank you both.
You're more
Right,
than
yes.
welcome.
Love it, Mom.
Lincoln Center, here I come. We will have a lot more coming up on Toy Fair in the future.